Hello and welcome to our year-end special. I'm Tim the Dad.
I'm Megan the daughter.
So, we're going to wrap up 2021. What'd you think of it as a year?
It was better than 2020.
Yeah.
So, I mean, marginally better, but
Yeah.
you know, pretty good.
So, as always, we usually start off with our gee whiz figures. I know you hate that term.
I hate it so much.
So, we have 5,600 subscribers and over 1.1 million views on our videos.
It's really cool. That's impressive.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
So over the past year, we've had over 164,000 views for 2021, and we've added over 400 new subscribers. So still finding new people.
Yeah,
and
that's a lot.
They continue to like us.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
So our top 3 videos for 2021 as far as the number of views.
Yeah.
It's kind of surprising.
I was very surprised by this. So Pan Am had 5,500, which is a great game. I absolutely love Pan Am.
Right behind you there.
It is, yeah. Good game. Disney's Haunted Mansion Call of the Spirits has 5,200 views, and it is like the most popular video every single week.
I know, that's really weird.
Which is very odd. Yeah, I'm really surprised that one
so I don't know
so high. But I did have one of my friends message me and said, hey, we were trying to figure out how to play this game, and they found our video. And had no idea I did this.
So I wonder, is it just that there aren't a lot of other videos out there that show the playthrough, or
maybe
what?
We're reaching like high on the search list?
Yeah, that could be.
Because of like the popularity of it? I don't know. Because she's like, hey, I didn't know you did this. And I was like, yep,
yeah,
that's me.
It's really weird that one is the one that's up there.
Yeah. And then our third most popular video was Marvel Champions, the Mad Titan Shadow at 4,000 views.
Now that one's really not a surprise because I think we were the first ones to have a video out there. And I know the Marvel community on Facebook, they were jumping all over that.
Yeah.
So I think that helped.
Yeah.
So the channel, we've turned 7 years old. Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
7 years.
I didn't think we'd do this past like 7 days.
Really.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, because we didn't know if anybody would actually want to watch us. But
never thought like past 7 weeks, 7 months, a year, and now it's like 7 years.
That's pretty
crazy.
Cool.
Yeah.
But Twitter, yeah. Twitter is your domain.
Twitter and Instagram. So Twitter, we have 118 followers, and on Instagram, we have 75. So Instagram, not quite as many, but we are at DVD playthroughs on Instagram. I believe it's the same handle on Twitter. Let me double check that. Dad v Daughter on Twitter. So hit us up. I don't post as much there as you do on Facebook, because that's kind of your thing. But different way to view some of our content there.
Yeah, because I really don't use Twitter at all.
No.
But so games that we've played. We played 51 games.
Yeah.
Does it seem like you played 51 new games?
New game? I don't know.
Well, new to you.
They were new to me. Yeah, I mean, most games on the channel are always new to me because you've always like played them in some form, either online or with your buddies.
Yeah.
So yeah, most are new to me.
So out of that 51, it was pretty close as far as the wins.
Yeah.
Between us, I had 15.
No, you had 16.
I had 16. You had 15.
And then Mom had one when she joined the channel.
The one game that I think she played,
she
which
won.
I think was Lucky Numbers.
Yeah.
I think it's behind me somewhere.
Yeah. Influx.
But then we did some co-op games. I did some games with my buddies. So that's why you've got a little bit different thing. And I think we also did a couple of reviews only because like the new Jamaica came out and I think I just did a review on that.
There were some that we didn't.
Because we'd already done a playthrough and review of the original game.
Well, I was going to say like with co-op, like with the exit games, there's not really a winner.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Kind of.
Those exit games are pretty fun.
They're fun. Exit games are so cool. Very fun way to spend the afternoon.
Yeah. 2021 cons, we didn't make it to any.
No, I was super bummed. I really wanted to go to Gen Con because I haven't been in a while. So I was like really looking forward to going to a convention. I went to a different Comic-Con, but I was just wanting to go to a con. So, yeah.
So
maybe next year.
We're hoping that 2022 is a little bit better so that we can make those. Now, this is something that I've done in the past, and we talk about what were the new great games of 2021. And what I had to do was I went back and I looked through my BGG history to find out what games I actually played that came out this year. So in really no particular order, kind of a little bit.
I was going to say a little bit of order there.
Number 1 was Shiver Me Timbers. Number 2 was the new Great Western Trail 2nd edition. Number 3 was the brand new Carcassonne 20th Anniversary Edition, which I think was just last week that we featured that on the channel.
It's really cool.
It is
Very
cool. Nice. Number 4 is a new game that my buddy Chris introduced me to that we just did an unboxing for, and that is On the Rocks, and that is right behind you there. And then number 5 was a game that I played with my weekly game group. It's really cool, and it's called Furnace. So those are kind of like the top 5 games that came out in 2021, because we feature a lot of games that come out, in previous years.
Yeah, we have a heavy backlog still.
Yeah, so, and we are actually getting through that fairly well, because the pandemic has, slowed the supply chain down. It's slowed new games coming out. So that really did kind of give us a chance to go back and get some of those games out that we've had for a while, but, we just haven't been able to get to the channel yet.
Yeah.
So speaking of 2021, my favorite game that I played has to be Western Legends.
Yeah,
which is right up there, and it's probably off camera. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I introduced it to a few of my brothers, and we played it, and they liked it. So that made me feel really good, because Western Legends is one of my all-time favorite games, and if I can get other family to play it and enjoy it, that means I can get it to the table more often.
It's true.
So yeah, that was probably my single most best experience that I had for 2021 as far as gaming was concerned. Now, you and I haven't really talked about this before.
No, this was a surprise on the script.
But did you actually have one? I kind of came up with something.
You did, which I mean, I think that fits what you have written down. Playing Ticket to Ride with my cousin's husband. Yeah. Because he's super competitive. And he
loves Ticket to Ride.
He loves Ticket to Ride, but I don't think he's won against me. We played it when they came and visited us here. We played it when we visited them for Thanksgiving. We got kind of aggressive with it. There were some words said, some hand gestures made when you take some wild cards.
Which is always a sign of a good game. Yeah,
so playing with him is really fun. It kind of became me versus him a little bit sometimes. But yeah, he's just fun to play with.
Well, we made their Christmas letter because he wants to figure out how we're cheating so he can copy that and actually beat us.
We're not cheating. We're just better than you. It's fine.
Ooh.
I'm the superior ginger here. It's okay.
So, Mike, if you're watching, the gauntlet is thrown again.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he'll throw it right back at me.
I'm sure he will. I
don't doubt that.
All right, so we are to the point where we are ready to look at the top 5 videos or top 5 games that we had videos on our channel. Not the games that came out in 2021, but the ones we featured. So let's get to that list. So before we get to that list, we did actually ask our Facebook followers what their favorite shows were that we featured on our channel in 2021. So Ashley Baker said Runestones.
Matt Gregory said Baseball Highlights, the dice game.
Yeah, that was on Kickstarter, so that one's not even out yet.
Yeah. Oh, it's still not out?
Not yet.
Ooh.
Hasn't delivered yet. We have Thomas Van. Can you...
Murin.
And we apologize.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. He said Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Which is good. And then Daniel Raymond, Flex Games, Eldritch Horror, and Can't Stop.
Yeah.
Very good games.
Yeah. And Eldritch Horror is a personal favorite of mine.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. Okay, so before we get into the top 5, let's just talk about our honorable mentions.
So you just mentioned one, actually. Your honorable mention.
I did.
God. Yep.
Eldritch Horror is one of mine, and I kind of put that in an honorable mention because the game has been around for quite a while.
But we just got a bunch of expansions recently.
We did. We actually completed our collection, so we now have all the expansions. We haven't played them yet.
No.
But we did finally get Eldritch Horror to the channel this year, and I was so happy about that because you've played it actually before.
Yes.
I think you've played 1 or 2 games.
I played 2, I think, last fall.
Yeah.
So it normally hits the table around Halloween.
Yeah, so...
It's a spooky game.
So I love getting that one out. Another honorable mention for me is Oracle of Delphi. That was one that we've had for a few years. We finally got it to the table, And I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it's a good game.
A little pick up and deliver.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, my last honorable mention is Railways of the World, the Transcontinental variant. Now, featured that with my buddies because we had a mat that is the entire United States, and it took up most of our table.
Yeah.
Plus, that was a mega epic game. It took like 6 hours or so. So I know that's not really for you.
Not for me.
Yeah. So
I think we've played more hours. We put more hours into Marvel Champions.
Yes.
Which makes you want to bang your head in a wall after a while.
Yeah.
But,
so what were your honorable mentions?
Mine were Runestones, Trekking the World, and QUETZAL. Yeah. I really like Trekking the World. That one was fun. We got to play that with family too.
Yeah,
so
that was
a good one.
You actually got to play that with 5 players your first time,
which is weird. I never do that. It's always like 2, maybe a 3. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start our top 5 countdown. So mine is, it's a heavy box. It is the Lost Ruins of Arnak.
And my number 5, Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Okay, so since this is both of our number 5, what did you like about it the most?
I don't know. The overall like vibe, I guess, kind of like the adventurer type thing. That was kind of interesting at first. I like that there was kind of like, I don't really know. There was like the one track, the explorer track you had. You could go off and do other things. There's just a lot going on, but it all really worked together. I enjoyed it. It was a fun game.
Yeah. And speaking of it being, an adventure type of game, yeah, I really like that. I like the aspect of you kind of have to, you do the exploring because you have to do that, and it makes sense thematically to move up the research track. So you got to go explore, then you can do your research on what you found, that sort of thing.
I like that there was 2 sides, double-sided, so you could have kind of a different version of gameplay. That's kind of nice for replayability.
And we actually, well, at least I did. I like the flip side over the one that it tells you to play the first game.
I kind of like that one too, I think, after playing it.
Yeah. So, all right. So my number 4, we talked about, which was one of your honorable mentions, is QUETZAL.
It was good. I was kind of torn between that being my number 5 and Arnak being an honorable mention.
Yeah.
But I did like Arnak a little bit more than this.
Yeah. With QUETZAL, this was one that I was introduced by my buddy Hefe. During the pandemic, we were playing a lot. Our weekly group was playing on Board Game Arena. And this was out there, and we played the heck out of this. So then when I was able to get a physical copy, I knew this was a game that you were going to like.
I did like it.
There's a lot to like in that. Again, it goes along with the whole adventure aspect.
Yeah.
This one is kind of more modern because you're finding stuff in temples. You've got your boat there, and you're trying to get all this stuff loaded on your boat. And it's pretty cutthroat too.
Can be.
Well, playing with my group and playing with you, it's definitely cutthroat.
I'm still confused about the City of the Sacred Birds. There isn't like a lot of birds in there. I was expecting more of a bird theme. Yeah. Maybe that's a good thing because I don't like birds.
Yeah, because you still haven't played Wingspan.
Nope. I'm not even going to say that comment, what I think about that.
All right, so you're number 4.
Yeah, my number 4, it's kind of heavy. Marco Polo 2 in the Service of Catan. I don't know. This was cool. We played the other Marco Polo.
Yeah, I think we finished out 2020 with Marco Polo, and then this was like one of the first games.
I liked Marco Polo, and then getting to play this kind of like add-on, not really an add-on, but like, kind of a different version of it. I digged it. Yeah. I liked it. I like how it was kind of not really worker placement, but moving around to the different towns and all. I don't know. It kind of gave me like a 5 Tribes vibe in like a sense, but also not really because you're not dropping people off. But I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good game.
It's good. Really
very
like that.
Good. Yeah, and cutthroat again.
Yes, it is. All right, so my number 3 is another big box. Yeah. It is Catan Starfarers. Now, this one is cool not only for the table presence because it has these huge rocket ships that you're going to be using, but I really like Catan. It used to be my favorite version of Catan was the Game of Thrones version. But
which is ironic because you've never watched Game of Thrones.
You're right. But now Catan Starfarers is actually my go-to favorite for Catan. It's really cool.
I still have not played Catan.
I know
I'm like a really bad gamer for saying that. I've never played it.
All right, Megan, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Plague. I wasn't really sure at first when I saw this game if I was gonna like it or not, because it gave me Pandemic vibes, which I do not like Pandemic.
But it is nothing like Pandemic.
Nothing like Pandemic. But looking at it, how it's set up, I was like, I'm out already. But no, this game was super cool.
You saw a map with cubes.
I know, I got stressed. I was like, flashbacks. But no, this was cool. I love the code breaking aspect. I like, you know, different ways of like completing like your assignments and everything with it. Different ways to like manipulate your dice to do certain actions and stuff. I just thought this was really cool. And we were kind of looking for a spy game.
Yeah, because we played that, or I taught you that right before we went and saw the last James Bond movie.
So I was already in like a spy mindset. So this was really fun. I enjoyed this one.
Yeah, and that's an older game too.
Yeah.
That I actually traded for a couple of years ago. But I had not actually played my copy. I'd played somebody else's, and that's how I learned it. So teaching you was the first time we got my copy to the table.
Copy. Yeah, but it was really fun. I definitely enjoyed this one. So your number 2.
My number 2 was a big game.
Yes,
and
it's a heavy game.
And this is one I think you were also a little intimidated by originally. And that is Tekhini, Obelisk of the Sun. This is from Board and Dice. It's, of course, it's an Egyptian theme, and I really like that.
Yeah.
It's got this huge obelisk in the middle of the board, so it really has table presence.
It's an ancient civilization that starts with a T with a really hard word to pronounce.
Yeah, definitely goes with what they do. But I really like this, and you really liked it too.
I really liked it once I got the hang of it, because I remember just being very overwhelmed by the table presence.
Because there's a lot
dice
there.
Games do take a little bit for me to kind of get into. I have to normally play it like twice before I really feel like I have a good grasp on the game. I think just because there's a lot going on, but then it's not
a heavier
once
weight
you
game.
Get to it. It is, it's
and not
definitely
just
a heavier
physical
game. Yeah, no, Francis is still the heaviest.
But you actually did really well.
I did really well. I liked it too once we started playing it. And again, the Egyptian theme I thought was really cool as well. But yeah, I was very intimidated. But it was a good game, very good game.
Yeah. So that is my number 2.
So my number 2. Is Oracle of Delphi, which was one of your honorable mentions.
Yeah.
This one was cool for me. I'm really into Greek mythology. I kind of have been ever since I was really little, and then like the whole Percy Jackson thing happened. So this was cool because I love Greek mythology and going along with that. So that was just kind of cool going around fighting different things, you know.
Yeah, pick up and deliver.
I do like pick up and deliver games.
I still have not beat her at this.
Which makes it even better.
Yeah. No, this was a lot of fun. I like it because of the dice. In fact,
the dice were cool.
Probably if it wasn't an older game, that might have cracked the top 5.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoyed it too.
It's good. Yeah, I really enjoyed this game. It was very cool. And just like the setup of the game was cool too.
Yeah, and you got a whole modular board and everything.
Yeah, so I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed playing this game.
That was a lot of fun. All right. My number 1 is a huge box.
And it's no surprise what it is.
It is not, because I have already mentioned it. Let's see if I can get it up here. Oh!
Yeah.
And that is Shiver Me Timbers, matey. This, I think, is the very first pirate game that's actually made my my list.
Given how much you love pirate games.
Yeah, and this one, I love this game.
It's very cool. I will give it credit. It's cool.
I'm going to set this down.
Yeah, it is heavy.
This is a game that I had learned, once again, from my buddy Chris. He brought it to a Thursday night game night and loved it immediately. And I was so grateful that Weltblut Verlag, I know I'm mispronouncing that, but they were kind enough to send us a review copy of this, and this was just, it's a great game. It reminds me of kind of a streamlined Merchants and Marauders, because you've got these, and talk about table presence, you've got these really cool, ships, and please go watch our video on it.
They're modular too, right?
They are.
You can change the goods.
You pop them out and you put new cargo holds in, you put your cannons in,
it's
and
very
your
cool.
sails.
Yeah.
It's an awesome game. You're doing some pick up and deliver. You can fight basically merchants or pirates or other players.
Yeah.
Or you can be peaceful. You can go on quests.
Why would you be peaceful though? You can fight people.
Yeah.
That's
but
always fun.
there is a lot going on. I love every aspect of that game.
Yeah.
So that is definitely my number one.
It was very fun. I enjoyed it too.
There was actually no question, I think, after I played this game that it was going to be my number one.
Yeah, definitely.
So your number one.
My number one was a surprise hit for me. It was One Small Step from Academy Games. I've never played an Academy game before this one.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
I loved it.
review.
At first, I was like, I don't know. Like, because all I know of like Academy games are like the war games.
The Birth of America.
Yeah,
ones,
so I'm like, that's not my thing. But this one I was like willing to give it a try. I like space stuff. So I thought, oh, this will be kind of cool. And once we played it, I was like, okay, I'm digging it.
And this is all about the race to the moon.
Yeah.
Because one player's playing the United States, the other player is playing the Soviet Union at that time.
So it's very cool.
But the flavor text on these cards
educational
was funny too.
It was.
There was
some of them were funny.
The one that says there are countries that use the metric system, and then there are countries that have actually made it to the moon.
Yeah, something like that. Like, I mean, it was kind of snarky, some of the text, but it was very cool. Again, educational is cool. I learned a couple different things playing it that I did not know about the space race, which was fun. But yeah, the dice in this were pretty cool as well. I just thought it was cool the way, you know, how you kind of use the cards to advance, or you want to like send your people, like mission control and all. I'm really bad at explaining games, but very cool. Check it out. I probably did way better in the actual review of saying why I like it.
Yeah, but it's a very good game.
We played it a while ago too. This was like one of the early in the year, so I was like, did we even play this year, or was it last year?
Yeah, and you were pretty impressed by it too.
I was, yeah.
And that was one that I think, like I don't know if it was the second or third time that we played it, and I think I won. And you're like, hey, we're playing again. So
I think it was because it was so close, or I was just like upset at how you won. I was like, no, reset it. I was like, we can go again.
Yeah.
And by then we were getting better at like, you know, figuring out what we wanted to do, so it didn't take as long. But it is kind of a longer game.
Yeah, that was a fun game though.
It was really fun.
And we don't have too many. Well, actually, we don't have any games that are around the space race.
We have space games.
Yeah.
But yeah, not space race in particular. Yeah, very fun.
So yeah, so that is our top 5 games that we featured on the channel for the year. All right, so. And I kind of did this next part on my own because I know you don't really follow, you know, a lot of what's coming out.
I don't.
But I think there might be a game or two on there that you are looking forward to.
I think there are. Yeah.
So I just kind of went through a list on Board Game Geek and got an idea of what is coming out this year that I didn't already know about. So, and this is in no particular order. Railways of the World, the Sweden and Australia maps. But there's also, I mean, Railways of the World is one of my top games of all time. Love it. And we did the video for the Kickstarter. So you can go check that out. So we're still waiting for that one to deliver because we don't have the final production copy of that yet. But I'm in the game. I'm a rail baron.
That is kind of cool.
So,
yeah, you're a baron. Yeah, so you can do the little Zemo baron dance.
Oh, I could.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Could.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So this next one is one that I just found out about the other day.
Yeah.
And I think you're really going to be as excited. I'll be more excited for it.
You're going to be way more excited. It's Disney Villainous, Bigger and Badder, and Syndrome is on the cover.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't know, like, Incredibles is his favorite Pixar movie of all times.
Yes, it is. And it's also one of my favorite superhero movies. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to having the Incredibles.
That'll be, like, super cool.
Yeah, I think that'd be really neat. We were talking about Board and Dice. They've got one that's coming out called Zapotec.
Another Z name.
Z, not T.
Oh.
Yeah, but this one,
weird.
This one kind of looks like it's got the South American vibe, kind of like Teotihuacan and Zulcan, so might have that. It looks like there's little pyramids that you maybe built and put together.
That'd be cool.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks really cool.
I don't know. Number 4 on our list is JABBA'S Palace, a love letter game.
Yeah, that was another one we just heard about last week, I think.
They're hyping it with the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah,
obviously. And
we actually enjoy the love letter games. In fact, we have
fun
several
little games. Yeah.
With Christmas, we introduced some family to Letters to Santa, which I think is right behind me.
Somewhere, yeah, there it is.
Right there.
Yeah. We have Batman. We have Lord of the Rings, or The Hobbit. not Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. We
We
have
have a couple different-
Bunchkin, Loot Letter.
We have Avengers, Marvel,
We-
the Infinity
we
Stones.
do. And
That
I
one.
think that was one that we featured. I think it was our first video of the year
Might have been.
for 2021.
Yeah.
But
We do like
that's
Love
cool.
Letter. Love Letter is a fun little filler game, and it's such an easy game to throw in your bag and play literally anywhere. You
Right.
have table space.
And with
so-
Star Wars, I mean, instant.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think we like Star Wars?
I don't know. Maybe
Love-
not.
love Outer
I think
Rim.
We might hate it.
Oh, and so speaking of Outer Rim, there's an expansion that
Yes.
hopefully will be coming out in 2022
Fingers crossed.
called Unfinished Business. And it looks like that's going to add, I think Dengar was on the cover, but we're really hoping that we see Mando. You know,
Yeah.
and maybe
Maybe Grogu's like one of the little people you have to find. That would be kind of
that'd be cool. But
Yeah.
Outer Rim is probably my number 2 game of all time.
It's fun. I love it.
So yeah,
I'm not a big sandbox.
so getting
type
more
fan,
of that,
but
I
that's
think
fun.
is awesome. And the great thing about Outer Rim, especially with you,
I
is
normally am the one that suggests bringing it to the table.
which it's kind of surprising
Surprising.
because we're always, we've got to do the next show, so we got to play this next game. And I remember last time we played it,
Yeah.
you're like, just out of the blue,
I was
hey,
like,
you want to play Outer Rim? And
I
I'm
don't
like,
know
yes.
what like triggered it. I was just like, I think we're ahead on games. I was like, let's get Outer Rim out. Like,
Well,
it's
and now
fun.
that Book of Boba Fett has come out,
Mhm.
I
I think it
definitely
was
want to play
around
this.
Mando, like while Mando was still out. I think that's
Yeah.
why I was like, let's get it back out.
I think
It was
we're,
in a Star Wars.
I think we're
game.
going to play that on New Year's Day.
We might.
We got the map for it now too. So
We have some cool stuff.
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So then the number 5 game, which like I said, it's no particular order,
Mhm.
is Transatlantic 2. Now, Transatlantic was a game that I kind of found out about in a weird way. I had seen somebody had posted it on like the buy sell trade group,
Mhm.
and I'm like, what is this game? And I found that it was on it wasn't Board Game Arena, it was on the other one that we play on. Yeah, I can't think of the name of
I
it
don't
now.
know the other one.
Oh, Yukata. Yeah. So it was on Yukata. So a bunch of us actually started playing it on there. Really enjoyed it. I was able to track down a copy on Board Game Geek and traded for that. So Transatlantic 2 is supposed to kind of streamline the rules. It's going to change from just having certain sectors on the map to an actually world map. So it looks like it's going to be quite a bit different. So looking forward to that one,
Yeah.
quite a bit. All right, so every year I enjoy making a little preview video,
You do.
kind of show off some of the games that we are planning to bring to the channel.
Mhm.
Just because it makes the video doesn't mean that we always actually get it on the
Yeah,
channel,
but
but
it's
we've
the hope.
tried.
Yeah.
But no, I enjoy it. So it looks like a slick movie trailer, so check it out. All right, so I hope that video kind of energized you, and I hope you saw something that you're excited that you're finally going to see us play. So looking ahead to 2022, because that's like in a couple days.
Yeah. A couple days is a filming by the time this goes out.
Yes, yeah, we'll actually be in the new year.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to in 2022?
Hopefully cons. I love cons.
You do.
I love Comic Cons, obviously. But I really enjoy attending Gen Con. I have not attended Origins. But I do like Gen Con. I like going onto the floor. I like demoing. I just kind of like the atmosphere, the hustle and bustle of it. So hopefully we can get at least to Gen Con. At least I can get to Gen Con.
You like it when people come up and say, "Aren't you daughter
I
from
still
Dad
find
versus
that really
Daughter?"
weird, but I do think it's really cool. And then you can get a little button, so it's like a fun scavenger hunt.
Not only did that happen to you at Gen Con the last time you went,
it happened at a Comic Con.
It happened at a Comic Con.
It did. I went up to ask a question at a panel because I always try to like ask questions at panels, and like they end up on YouTube, and you can find yourself later. And then someone messaged you because you weren't at that con, and they're like, "Is Daughter at this convention?" And you were texting me, and I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
It was very weird. It was very cool though. We never ended up meeting up at that con, but it was just very odd.
Yeah, she had seen you, I think, in passing.
Yeah.
And I think she said she was kind of like starstruck.
It's so weird.
But she didn't know, really if it was you, because you see people in person that look maybe a little different, than what you see on camera.
I wasn't, signing autographs and taking pictures at this convention, but
No.
I could have, I guess. I
well,
charge like $5 for a selfie.
I
won't do that.
I had a guy come up to me at a garage sale
That
here in
was
town
weird.
and said, "Aren't you on YouTube?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah,
I, like, went
that
back
was
to the
that was
car. I was
that
like,
was a
"This is
few years
weird."
ago. So, yeah, so we're looking forward to maybe going to some cons this year.
Hopefully.
Probably the only gaming cons we would be going to would be Gen Con, maybe Origins.
Probably you more for Origins, depending what I can get off for work.
Yeah, because that one's usually the one I
Gen Con I
do during the
one
week.
off for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big one.
So we hope that the situation with the pandemic is in a lot better situation where we can attend and have fun and be safe, because that's kind of the main
It's
thing.
the important thing.
Got to be safe. So last but not least, we always like to thank everybody because really without these people we would not have a channel, we would not be doing the show. First and foremost, we want to thank you guys, our viewers.
Yes, thank you so much.
And we enjoy getting feedback from you, things that you like, maybe things you didn't like, especially your comments on games that we featured.
Yeah.
Have you played it, or did you? And this is what really gets me is people that watch our video and they like, "Oh wow, this is a game that I really want to check out," and they go buy it. Yeah. Or they just bought it and they watched our video and it's helped them get an idea of how to play the game a lot better than just reading through the rule book. So
it's funny sometimes the people on Facebook especially that like comment a lot, and then they comment like, "Oh yeah, I just played this," or like, "I had a good memory playing this," or something.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool. We kind of build relationships that way.
Yeah. So
cool.
we definitely love talking to our fans.
And we like our fans that react to things on Facebook.
Yeah. Hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
All right. So our viewers, we also appreciate our Patreon supporters.
Yes, thank you.
This is something we don't actively solicit funds like other channels do. We don't do a whole Kickstarter, but we do appreciate you guys because there is an expense in doing the stuff that we do, and that helps us kind of offset some of those costs. Plus sometimes we're able to get games that we wouldn't normally be able to get and bring it to the table, so you guys can see those as well.
It's also bought things for production wise too.
Yes.
Which is kind of nice.
Yep.
Yep.
We want to thank Big Viking Mats because they've got that big blue mat that we use. So we're very
cool.
happy that they support us that way. And then finally this year, this is something new.
Yes.
Sir Meeple Apparel actually is putting out our shirts. So if you want a dad versus daughter shirt in a different color even, like your player color, you can definitely get that. We launched that around Play Like a Pirate Day. So we actually have, I think, 3 or 4 different pirate designs that you can get. So those actually look very cool. I think they did a great job. Plus they can take those designs and they can put them on other things. Hats, sweatshirts,
coffee mugs.
I think they can do coffee mugs maybe.
Maybe.
So
cool
if there's some dad versus daughter merch that you're wanting, please let us know and we can work back through them. We really appreciate them. And
if you do get merch, like take a selfie and tag us and like share it with us somehow. I think that'd be really cool if people were wearing
that would be
our
cool.
logo.
Yeah,
that'd be very weird.
I do know
Some
people. Some people have bought our shirts, which kind of surprised me.
I do know
but
people, which is just odd to me because I still think it's odd that we've been doing this for 7 years. We have so many followers, but like it's because of you guys. So if you guys want to buy some swag,
if you're going to go to a con and you want some kind of gaming related shirt, hey,
you could buy one of ours.
Looks pretty nice. But yeah, Tim from Sir Maple Apparel, he's been great to work with.
Yeah, really helpful.
So you can even drop him a line and let him know, hey, do you guys do this kind of merch, and he can give you an answer on
Cool
that.
dude.
All right. So last but not least, we always like to thank our publishing supporters, because without their support, we really wouldn't be doing much.
Yeah. We have a long list. I normally read it off, so here we go. Academy Games, AEG, Amigo Games, Asmodee, Bezier Games, Blue Orange, Board and Dice, Czech Games Edition, Days of Wonder, Eagle Griffin Games, Fantasy Flight, Fort Circle Games, Funko Games, Gigamech, Grand Gamers Guild, Cosmos, Looney Labs, Luma Imports, The Op, Ravensburger, Tasty Minstrel Games, Underdog Games, Upper Deck, Queen Games, and Z-Man Games.
Actually, I think it's pronounced Gigamic.
Is
You know,
it?
kind of like, I think Will Ferrell, when he goes, it's ginormous.
Okay.
It's like
I don't know.
Gigamic. Yeah.
As you know, on this channel, we butcher and
We do, and
mispronounce
we
a
are
lot
very
of
sorry
things.
for that.
We're so sorry.
But
Please forgive us.
we're kind of known for that now, I
I
think.
feel like, yeah.
Especially Tickets to
Unfortunately.
Ride Cities. We're horrible about that. So that is our wrap up for 2021.
Yeah.
Leave a note in the comments. What was it that you liked the most about our channel? What is it you want to see? And tell us, what was your best overall gaming experience for 2020? Because we really do like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
I always like hearing about, what other people, with their gaming stuff. So,
Yeah.
So that is the 2021 wrap up, and we will catch you guys next time.
Bye.
Thanks for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, click that like and subscribe button. You can also follow us on social media like Facebook.
And Twitter at DadBeDaughter.
And if you like what we do and you want to support us, you can visit our Patreon page. So thanks for watching.
Thanks.